Welcome to the Temple of the Throgs, or rather the entrance to it. This is probably the shortest level in the game. There's actually not too many enemies in it, but it's still sort of interesting. Mainly we're going to be dealing with some nasty traps, and a familiar face.
Greetings again, lost one. Have I mentioned that in the days of old, heroes would bring gifts to their elders in return for their ancient wisdom? Have you a gift for me?
Greetings, O he of the long wind.
Alright, well, you know this routine. We have to give him something. Maybe he'd like my shiny new orb.
No, not that. That is very special, human. Very special.
Alrighty. Alright, guess you want one of these gems.
Very nice, but not what I was looking for. Bring out your next gift.
Alright. Maybe a different color.
Bah, not that.
Alright, fine. If you don't want any of my gems, maybe you want one of my 94 Sharga swords.
Ah, yes, this is it. Well, it was nice seeing you again.
Don't you have something for me?
Bah! Oh, well, yes, I suppose I do. A word of warning, human. Keep an eye out for the god of this temple.
Okay, bye-bye. Basically, it doesn't really matter which two items you offer to him first. He will accept nearly any item that you give him the third time. Keep an eye out for the god of this temple. Let's try to keep that in mind. Inside one of these grain sacks, I find a musty smelling root. You don't want to eat these because they actually poison you. Inside these barrels, nothing. Just another regular healing root on the ground. This place is deceptively quiet. That leads back to the entrance. Well, there's nothing in these barrels. Oop, that upgrade. We got more strength. Oh, good. Some more of these useless poison roots. I really shouldn't be picking these up. Let's see what's in this alcove.
I knew him. Duncan Stone Builder. He was a stout friend of my brother.
Duncan, you will be avenged. I so swear.
Ooh. Yeah, dead dwarf. Next to his corpse, we find a long axe. This is a two-handed weapon. I'm gonna give it the Car's axe, since axes are his specialty.
I am dying. Those temple dogs took my friend Domber, and I fear for his life, but I cannot make it. If you read this, save him. Beware the path, for it is trapped. By my beard, it is getting cold.
That code of letters to the bottom right is actually important. Notice that he said the path is trapped. Well, you need that code in order to avoid the traps. And on the ground here I find a magical armor ring. Drake can wear 2 rings on each hand, kind of weirdly, and this ring adds a few points to his armor.
Okay.
Well, if you didn't know this yet, it would be an interesting piece of information. Nothing else to get from Dunton's corpse. Now I don't want to go too far ahead because this is the trapped path that Dunton's scroll was talking about. Notice the little patchwork of paths? Well, this is where the code from the scroll comes in handy. First I go right, then forward twice, then I go left, left again, forward twice again, right, forward, right, left, left, and we make it without getting hit by a whole bunch of arrows, which would have happened if I'd stepped off the right path.
I think it is a guard robe.
Well, Farli takes a guess at what this sign says, but maybe it would be nice if I knew what it said exactly, so let's try out that reading rune that I found. There we go. Oh, that's not a guard robe at all. Nope, it's a room full of crap and poop. Great. There is one thing of interest, this good healing root. Might as well eat it right away. And I just got poisoned from touching the piles on the ground. Great. That was worth it. Nothing else in here. Takes a little while before the poison really starts taking effect and hurting me. Might as well stick it out though.
That is my brother's helm.
Oh really? Ah, it's another horned dwarf helm. Yep, there you go, Farli. Wear your brother's helmet with pride. I want to bring this one along still. Maybe once I free Dahmer, he'll need it. Oh, the poison's taking effect. It'll only last for a little while, and just hurt me for a couple of points, but might as well use one of these green mushrooms I have to cure myself. Hey, what's this? Ants! Haven't seen those for a while. Also, they're so weak that they can't even chew through my armor. Bye guys, but there's actually nothing of interest in this passage. Let's move on. Kind of pointless to put them in there, really. We're actually getting close to the end of the level here, so let's turn around for a bit. Ah. Crop of fire-spitting plants. This seems like a dead end, but actually, we have a switch. Which opens up a side path. Cool. Ah, another mana circle. That's always welcome, especially to heal up myself and the guys. There we go. More piles of refuse down here. Oh, I accidentally picked up the poop again. And I got myself poisoned again. This is stupid. Let's quickly get rid of this nasty stuff. Yuck.
Now that is disgusting stuff. I would not be so quick to quaff that.
Can it really be that bad?
Yes, once we reach our clan hall, I will be able to introduce you to a nice dwarven stout brew.
Right. Well, enough of that then. But I think I'll be keeping this just in case.
It's a pretty good idea, Drake, because this is actually quite a useful potion. The thing is that it won't become useful until I find more of them. So let's just put that in the old inventory and wait until we find another. What's behind door number 2? Oh dear. Skeleton.
Treasure, mine. You, thief. The eye.
It's an angry skeleton. And my sword does not do a lot of damage against it. This skeleton is a very tough enemy. If I want to take him head on, I should be using a crushing weapon like a hammer, for instance. Though firebolts work just as well. There we go. He is disassembled. And he drops a broadsword, which is a pretty obsolete weapon by now. He also drops what the journal calls a helmet from the Far East, which is a slightly better armored helmet than the dwarf helmet. And he also drops a quiver for magical arrows. Not that I have any magical arrows at the moment, so let's just put that away. Oh, that was neat. Oh dear, poison taking effect again. I think I'll just stick it out this time. You're in my way, plant. Oh, there's a nice surprise waiting for me over here. Ow! Yeah. There is no way to shut off that trap. No hidden switches or anything. The only way to avoid it is to simply not step into that corridor. And just to screw with you, the only thing you find at the end is a root and a blue gem. Thanks a lot. Well, here the path actually connects back into the starting area. Not that that means I could have avoided the trapped path by taking the southern route, because you can only open that path from the other side. So already we're just about done with the entrance to the temple. Let's just have a quick recharge here. This level's really a surprisingly quiet introduction to the level that comes after it. But before we go in there, there's still this door. Ah, there we go, Throgs. They haven't noticed this yet, and I like it that way. Oh! Throgs are big, tough, and they deal some nasty hits. Though it helps that I'm using magic, plus these two guys aren't quite as tough. Let's see what they drop. A Throg sword, which is really just a longer version of the Sharga sword and just as useless, and the leather shield, which I think is not as good as the metal one, but better than the wooden shield. The main problem with the Sharga sword and the Throg sword is that they're really inaccurate to use, which means that you might click a spot on the screen and Drake will just stab wildly to the left or the right of it. Since we're done here, good excuse to use the Orb of Aquila to recharge everyone again. Alright, we're done with the entrance. Now let's see how the Throgs will welcome us to their temple.